Hey, what's up everybody? Tedrick85 here, and today I'm going to be talking about a game some of you might be familiar with, Monster Party. I loved this game when I was a kid, and one day I decided to go on YouTube and find some videos on it, but sadly there isn't many. Sure, it's not a great game, but it does have its moments that make it enjoyable. The game is about a little boy named Mark, who is walking home after a baseball game where he is approached by a winged monster named Bert. He asks Mark for his help in getting rid of the evil monsters in his world, which Mark inexplicably accepts. As part of the deal, Bert merges with Mark so they become one being. You start the game as Mark, but you can become Bert by collecting a pill. Some people don't like this, but I personally think it's a good idea, because to be honest, if you can be Bert all the time, then the game would be way too easy. The first thing I want to talk about regarding the game is the controls, which is a mixed bag to be honest. As Mark, the controls are solid. When you push left, he goes left. When you push right, he goes right. When he stops, he doesn't slide. As Bert, however, his controls aren't as good, mainly because of his ability to fly. Don't get me wrong, Bert's flying ability is awesome, but in order to fly you have to keep pressing the A button repeatedly, instead of simply holding it down. This could make anyone's thumb sore after a while. This is just one of a few minor complaints I have about the game. Another complaint I have is that you only get one life. But if you think about it, it isn't all that bad considering you can continue how many times you want, especially with the game's password system. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the password system in this game. I don't feel that there has to be punctuation marks or lowercase letters. Capital letters and numbers would have been just fine. Then again, there are some instances where some of the characters may be easily confused, such as a 0 and an O. Another thing I should mention is the game's graphics, which isn't all that bad considering it is an NES game. You can tell what the characters and enemies are without guessing, and you can certainly tell what kind of setting you're in. The object of the game is to go through each level and find and defeat 3 bosses in order to collect a key so you can access the next level. The bosses vary in the game, from ones that stand still to ones that go back and forth, or hop around like a frog on a sugar rush. You can even get to encounter a boss fight where you don't have to fight them at all. That's right, all these zombies want to do is dance to some music. The music doesn't last too long. Attacking them is futile. All they do is disintegrate into the ground and reintegrate and start dancing again. Just let them dance and you'll be able to get out of the room. You can even dance with them if you want. Speaking of the music, the game's music as a whole is pretty good. Each level's music is different and the styles vary from upbeat, sinister, creepy, Halloweeny, and even hypnotic. There is one thing I should mention though. When you reach level 7, you only have to defeat 2 bosses in order to get the level's keys. I say this because there is a glitch in the game in which if you defeat the 3rd boss, you lose the key and you can't get it back. The final boss of the game is a giant head that takes up the whole room. His only weak spot is the eye in the center of the screen, so make sure you Bert and aim your shots at it. Of course, this is easier said than done, because the giant head shoots bubbles at you that can cause damage. Luckily, the boss doesn't take a lot of hits to defeat. Simply aim your shots at the eye while it's open and he's done. If you're using Mark, however, it will take forever to hit a bubble exactly at the eye, not to mention you'll probably get killed by the ongoing barrage of bubbles before you can cause some damage. After defeating the final boss, you are treated to a pretty good ending, which was pretty hard to come by with some NES games. Basically, Mark ends up having a nightmare about saving a princess, who turns into a monster and he wakes up from it, only to have Bert show up at his door asking him to go on another adventure. Monster Party is an okay game. I recommend only playing this on occasion, like during the Halloween season or if you wanted a distraction from usual everyday activities. If you want to play this game, fine. If not, that's okay too. This is Tedrick85 speaking. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.